All right, this is Matt. I am with MS Partners LLC, and I am the land guy. So today I want to talk about how to find your property that doesn't have a physical address. So a likely scenario is that you inherited a property and you have no idea where this thing is at. It's just a vacant piece of land, probably in the middle of nowhere. All you have is possibly a parcel number or an owner number from the tax statement, but you have no idea where this property's at. So we're gonna work together to look up properties on local county websites and try to find them that way. And you can find them with Google Maps and say the GPS coordinates, so that way in the future, if you ever want to go out to see these things, you can do so. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Share it. Okay, so you can look up on any search engine the county name, state, assessor, or appraiser, depends on the state. Here in New Mexico, they call him the assessor. So you'll look up the assessor property map search. In this case, I know it's this one right here, which is Portico, Sidwell Portico. Okay, so I'm going to enter that. I'm going to grab a random parcel number here. We'll accept that. And it should have some sort of area search box, something like that, to enter a parcel number. Typically, it actually say like area for parcel number and stuff, but New Mexico likes to kind of keep you guessing. So I'm going to enter that. All right, it found it. Let's go ahead and pop it open. So as we can see here, this one does give you at least a subdivision name. That can help a little bit, help you narrow it down if there's really no other information. Uh, as far as site address, we've got nothing NA. So we can try to see if this will pop up with just a subdivision, El Rancho Grande subdivision, Torrance County, right? And that one is not correct actually, because that's in Albuquerque. So it looks like it's not going to pop up. So we know this is in Torrance County. Albuquerque is in Bernalillo County. So the difficult way to do it is to just kind of eyeball it and try to match it to Google Maps. So what we'll do is we're going to open up Torrance County, New Mexico here on the Google, and then open up the mapping system, the maps, I'm sorry. So now we can see the basic outline of Torrance County. Okay, so if we look here on the uh, mapping system, it has our property pulled up. If you're lucky on the county's mapping system, it'll show city names. And many times they'll have legends and whatnot that'll help you find that. Again, New Mexico likes to kind of keep you guessing, so we're gonna have to do this one the difficult way. So by simply zooming out, we're looking at a picture of the entire county now. Okay. So this one here, if we go back to Google Maps for Torrance County, we could zoom out. Here's a picture of the entire county. So we can see this one here is about the top left northwest portion of the county. So if I do that here again with Google Maps, I'm gonna guess it's right here in this area. And I like to use satellite view because that's what we also see here. So kind of zooming in again, sort of matching up the imagery, looking at surrounding landmarks. Here I can see a bunch of these farming areas. I'm not sure if they're alfalfa, whatever they're farming there. Okay. So here's our property here. Looks like it's in this area right here. So we're going to zoom in. Right. Let's see if we got any road names. Unfortunately, they don't even want to give us any road names here in uh, in this county, or at least this part of the county. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of look at this area, right? Now, in this case, it might be easier to switch back to the map view. Maybe not. Well, we can kind of see this as two roads in from the main road here. This looks like a highway. So we're driving in, we have this intersection. So we got two, one, two. So it's probably this road right here, which is Avienda del Sol. Okay, Avienda del Sol. And we've got one, two, the third intersection. So we're right here, one, two, the third intersection. Now we can kind of try to uh, compare the surrounding homes, landmarks in that area. And it does seem like that is the one here. Yeah. So we can see that this is the same property here on top, this one right here. So we know it's this corner lot now. Now we'll switch back to map view, and this will actually show you boundaries or property lines for this property. Simply click here. You got the GPS coordinates, copy that. And then you have those saved for the future. So anytime that you want to go out there, you can just save these coordinates and just punch them directly into Google, like so. Pop it open. Then now you can just do some basic directions, and this will take you out there, and this will give you a really good idea of where your property's at. Okay, so that's a difficult one. A really easy one. Here's an example that many counties kind of have a similar look to this here. So we're going to look at Santa Rosa County, Florida. And I'm going to pick a parcel number that has no physical address. Again, we can just look this up on any search engine. Santa Rosa County appraiser. In Florida, they call it the appraiser. You could do mapping system, property search. Here in this case, I'm just going to do appraiser. And that pulls you to the home page of the appraiser, takes you to the home page of the appraiser. Most of the sites in Florida are going to look very similar. So this one here, it actually gives you an area to punch in the parcel number. If it doesn't, which most of them don't, I don't think, you just look for an area that just gives you some sort of indicator to search for a property. So here we can see search properties, right? So it's kind of an easy one. In Florida, they tend to make it a little easier on you. So, all right, well, it kind of just took us to this general area. Okay, so I'll pull it up here. Parcel number. So we would just copy paste the parcel number, pulls it up. Here is the property profile. We'll go ahead and open that real quick. Okay, and now I'm looking for, well, to see if there's a physical address. So here, there's some physical address, there's nothing. So now we know there's no physical address. So now I'm going to look for some sort of mapping system or map for the property. So scroll down, we see that right here, view and map tool. Great. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up really quick on Google. We got Santa Rosa County, Florida. Okay. So we could try to do the same approach as last time. Another easy way is to try to find a neighboring property that has a house on it. Because if it's got a house on it, it's pretty much guaranteed to have an address. And that's going to make it so much easier on Google. So for example, we have some houses here. I'll click on this property right here. This pulled up under this person's name. I'm going to click on the property profile, and that's actually going to give us the physical address. Copy that. Let's go ahead and just paste that here into Google directly. And then bam, that takes us basically right next to our property. Okay. Switch to map view. Let's go ahead and see what we were looking at originally. I believe it was, so it was this property right here. So this is our property that we're trying to find. It has no address. So we were able to pull up this one right here. Okay. Again, switching back to map view, this works in the majority of cases. If not, you're going to kind of have to guesstimate the location. This will bring up the property lines that you see here. So we have the outlay of the property that we're trying to locate. So again, I just click in the middle of that one, copy the GPS coordinates, and then now anytime I want to try to find this property, I just punch it into Google Maps, and that's going to bring me up right here. So that's how you find your property. If you don't have a physical address, if you ever inherit a property and you're just wondering, well, where the heck is this thing at? That's an easy way to do it. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. If you found this content to be helpful, please like and subscribe. If you or anybody you know is trying to sell a vacant piece of land, please visit our website at usa123land.com and submit your property information there. As always, I am Matt, the land guy, and hope you have a good day. Thanks.